Greetings everyone, Dwyrin here again to take a look at Rome 2 Total War. You guys have messaged me repeatedly that I should take another look at this game. There have been DLCs that have come out, there have been patches that have come out, and you're all interested and wanting to know, that burning question, has this game improved? Like, how well have the developers done in patching this game? What is a playthrough like right now? Well, I could give you an entire playthrough, but that takes a long time. I don't really want to do that. So I launched into the game, I played a bit off camera, got around 100 turns in or so. I won't remember until I launched the game just how far in I got, but somewhere around 100 turns in to see exactly what the AI was doing in the campaign. I plan on testing in a minute custom battles to see, how it behaves to siege warfare, because that was another big question throughout the game since release. Hasn't done well there, so we'll see how well that's doing. I have hopes. If we're on like patch, 12, 13, somewhere around there? Surely this thing is now nice and fixed. I believe, man. I've been away for a while, I admit, but I believe. So let's go take a look at those questions right now. Alright, so here you can see that we are currently in campaign. We have not taken over the entire world yet, as you can easily tell by the diplomacy screen. We did wait a while. We are at about, almost 80 turns. So we're a little bit into the game, where you start, acquiring your provinces and what have you. By now you should be having a range of tech, and you would expect your opponent, in this case, the AI, similar, to be about halfway through. As a result, when you click on your own armies, for example, you're probably building things like onagers and giant ballista and whatever units your faction particularly specializes in. And the question has always been, will the AI do the exact same thing? Will they be throwing at you things that aren't just massive amounts of just tier 1 units, as we saw? Right now, this is not a good representation of what we can see, because these people only have one little province left. They can't really afford very much, so you do, in those instances, see primarily, your tier 1 unit. However, you do get pleasant surprises with people who actually have quite a bit of land to their name, like these people. Here you can see that they are introducing ballista to their army compositions, which is very nice. Sadly, the bulk of their army is still, you can see over here in the upkeep, right? Not really expensive units. 58 upkeep, 35 upkeep. In comparison, for example, my individual units are averaging about, almost, with the exception of the Hastati, about twice as much as what their units are. So you can have a fairly good example that your armies are still going to have quite a bit of, at least in my experience so far, quite a bit of tech advantage in that regard. But I do like that they're actually throwing in things like ballista now, that I have seen do quite a bit of damage to my army. So the question in my head, one of those, is what exactly are they going to do? Are they going to use that effectively in battle, in a siege for example? Or are they just for show? How are they using that? Alright, so here we are in an actual battle. I had to go into custom battle because getting them to actually attack one of my settlements was a little bit tricky. We are now currently playing, once again, as the Egyptians, with some mercenary stuff, and we've got a lovely little army. Complete with the ballistas that they've been building. I gave them, I think, the same number that they've been building in the campaign, about 4 or 5. And let's see if they can actually defend against, or if they can attack against us. Let's see what they do. Let's see, we have our answer first and foremost. They are going to target our, not our general, they're going to target them, happily enough. I wish I could give them orders to space and not be stupid. Oh, they're going to attack. They're going to attack, I think they're attacking. I don't know what they're attacking. What are they attacking? It looks like they're aiming, I think they're aiming for the gate? Or maybe the arrow? I don't know. Alright, so just to recap what we have so far. The ballista have run out of ammunition. The damage, minimal. A couple of my units took a little bit of damage, not too much. They didn't really concentrate fire on the gate, so they had to stand over here and burn it. We've got arrow towers still shooting them because, you know, that's what apparently they want to do. Gatehouse with oil. Once again, that's what they want to do. They want to go and charge this gatehouse that's going to pour oil on their heads. And, yeah, just take it in that particular fashion. We've seen this 100 times. My main question was, is this going to be over? But it's not. They dropped their ladders, they came straight at us, and I am up to date with all the DLCs as well as patches, blah 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 blah. But it seems their method of choice in this particular battle has still been to just attack the gate, and we all know what's going to happen from here. So let's go to from another battle and see if something changes, perhaps, if we make them a little bit more powerful. Alright, so you know by now, I always change things up in between tests. We have now given the enemy, not, well, Oathsworn, but come on, can I highlight this? Alright, these are medium siege towers. I don't know if I can actually click and show you what they are. Alright, take my word for it. They're medium siege towers, okay? That's what they are. Oh, sorry, light siege towers. Oh my god, don't take my word for it, I'm lying. I'm totally lying. They're light siege towers, not medium. Anyway, I also took away their, did I? No, I did not take away their ballista. I gave them giant ballista. Wow, I don't know what I'm doing. If I was to say, I'm curious, are they going to roll them up, or are they going to leave them to die? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What's it going to be? Okay. It looks like they're going to use them this time. Alright, so they don't like ladders, but apparently they do like siege towers. They will use siege towers. Alright. Okay, they do have trouble with them though. You can see this one's obviously just kind of trying to do something. AI seems to be having a little bit of difficulty calculating where they need to go. They're clustered around here. Are those Oathsworn? They are Oathsworn. These guys are programmed to protect the crap out of the ballista. Now, what I can't help but notice one thing, and that is that I don't see it firing. They don't... Shouldn't they be like giving cover fire? It says it's firing, right? The tooltip says firing, but I don't see. No. Oh, well, look at that. Obviously, they just don't have any ammo. That makes sense. I have no idea what they're doing. Oh, those are fired. They are firing fire as well. The arrow towers are. That's interesting. Another interesting is you probably shouldn't try to actually have them engage this. So I should probably have them back up. Alright, so, what's going over here? They're still... Alright, they are having trouble, a lot of trouble getting to that wall. This one went down, those two stopped, so only one's unloading. So I could tell, like, my entire army to go attack them, and they're just gonna die. And throughout all of this, they should be shelling the crap. Those ballista, they should be blasting the bejesus out of this. A couple of rounds and everything breaks. I don't even understand why they aren't. I just know that they're not. Couple of rounds, all it takes, and everybody here dies. I could not have put myself in a better cluster. I could not have put myself at a greater disadvantage than just one giant group of all of my units. Here, let's have my general go in there too. And my elephant. What if like every single unit I have actually goes in there to die? Come on, guys. Now what are they doing? They've gone to throw... Okay, they've gone back to trying to burn down the gate. Alright, so GG. The AI still apparently can't actually take a settlement to save their lives. So that much hasn't changed. They will have more... They might have better units, but they're still mildly insane. Alright, so here we are. This time we're in Alexandria. We've given, okay, this time I swear to God, those are medium. Because I guess you can tell by the armor on the sides? Or whatever. Yeah, so they're happily guarding medium siege towers. We're not playing Ring Around the Rosie this time, which is kind of nice. So what happens to this? Okay, immediately they take off. Do we have shooting? Do we have shooting? Do we have shooting? Alright, so this time it looks like they will in fact shoot. The ground. What? Alright, they're gonna hit the walls. But, you know, now that I think about it, this test might not be valid. Because what if the only reason why they're shooting the walls is because they can't actually shoot the people who are behind the wall? It seems like we're getting some stuttering too. And they shot the wall once and they've stopped. Yeah, alright, so the ballista are in fact bugged. I think they're trying to move them or something and they can't. Maybe it happened the last time Tunis wasn't looking, they got off one shot and they don't care anymore. There's this weird ring around the rosy pattern that's going around the ballista. I don't understand what that is either. These guys are obviously trying to do something. Maybe they're the ones interfering with the shots.
Our general is under attack.
I really couldn't say. I don't know how he's under attack. He's safe in our city. Yeah, it looks like pathfinding kind of slows down the game. Now that Toby's up on the wall, you can see it's kind of slowing again. They try and figure out where to go and what to do. Yeah, not smooth at all.
Archers! At your service.
The archers are obviously getting killed.
Advance at speed.
Have them retreat from there. But ostensibly, we're going to see the exact same thing, it looks like. They use the towers, which is really, really great. Let's see what they're going to do. Come on, take a left. Take a left, go up. Go up, go up, go up. Aid him, aid him. You got the walls, you have the walls, you have the walls. Aid, 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 aid. Help your brothers. Help them. Assist. Stand still and fire torches at the wall. You know, it'd be really effective at firing at the gate you're trying to break down. You know what would be really effective? Super effective? I could have an idea.
Artillery master! Target the captain if you please!
Target the captain if you please? Are they just trying to shoot my general? I don't even know. Alright, so this is a dismal failure. They're just once again gonna go for the gates, despite the fact that they... Okay, the giant ballista. In your campaign games, pray to God that they tech up the giant ballista and try to use them, because that's like 6 units that are never gonna enter into the battle. Well, there you have it. We took a look at what the AI's been doing in the campaign. Overall, I kind of like a little bit what I see there. They made it more difficult. The difficulty is a little bit strange. It's a little bit random. Who's going to war with you? It just feels like a crapshoot. Like, I discovered these people over here. I have never encountered them before in my life. Will they like me or will they be at war with me in the next turn? I don't know. And, you know, you deal with that. The people who are in your faction, are they gonna try to adopt your members or just randomly try to assassinate you? Again, they're more like disasters, like I mentioned in the video, so that's extraordinarily strange to see. But it does add some difficulty, but the difficulty seems kind of like fluffed and artificial. Like, my decisions don't matter. How I interact with these factions don't matter because they might go to war with me regardless. How my own faction interacts with me doesn't matter because they're just going to try to kill me regardless. So on one hand, the difficulty is raised, but on the other hand, I would like it to have made a little bit more sense. I don't know. One thing that I am glad to see is that they are introducing units that are a bit more intelligent. We were 77 turns in, I think it was, about 80, and we were seeing them try to tech up. They were adding ballista or those scorpion things to the mix of their unit compositions, which I rather liked. That this was definitely a good step forward. They do seem to enjoy spamming low tier units with them though, so if that continues or not later on in the game, you will have to find out. I'm not holding out very much hope. I wouldn't hold out much hope. 100 turns in, that's what they're doing. They're just now getting ballista, and they're just, I don't know. I have a hunch that it's gonna be like that for a very, very long time. As for the battles themselves, I think giant ballista are definitely, we have to say that those things are bugged, because they just don't fire. They get off one round and then they're just like, I don't know what to do. I mean, there's a thing here. I could load it and shoot maybe the gates or the walls and bring that I'd rather just go point blank at the gatehouse and set it on fire and see if it works that way. That'd be a great idea. This makes sense to me. This makes sense to me. So that's bad. On the bright side, they know how to use the beginning ballista that they make. I mean, they can do that, and I guess they, move them into range and things of that sort. So that's good. Unfortunately, they're not targeting very well. I mean, it's just kind of like, I'm going to shoot you, and I'm going to shoot you, and I'm going to shoot that guy over there, and I'm going to shoot the wall for no reason. It's just, again, it's just random. It's like, pew, 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 pew. Like, the person who's actually firing the thing is just blindfolded and is randomly pointing at things like, yeah, shoot that, now shoot him, and over there, that's a pine tree, sir. Kill it anyway. So that was kind of, I don't know. And so it's very much a win-lose kind of thing. Maybe a little bit harder campaign if you want to play the campaign, but But those battles that you're going to be facing are not going to be the highest tier. For that, I recommend going online, finding a real human to play against, because the AI is brain dead. You can hold it against anything. They're going to try to break down the gatehouse, they're going to rush the gates, and then they're all just going to die. So that's fun. At this point, I don't think it's going to change. How could it possibly change? They're 12 patches in. How could it change? They keep releasing DLC, so they're clearly fine with the way things are going. How can it change? It's not going to. Don't expect it to. This is Rome 2. This is how it's going to be. I'd be very surprised if it's not. Look to mods in order to change this, because if it can be changed, maybe the coding is just too screwed up at a base level to do much else. I don't know. But maybe mods can help you out. I'd look into them if I were you. If you still want to play this game, you still want a really good experience with the campaign, look to that, man. Look to that, because otherwise you're screwed. But overall, I don't know. I guess it's playable. The campaign's not just a walk in the park anymore, so there's that. In that sense, yeah, sure. Game's playable. Game's playable. Do the campaign, and you'll have a harder time. You'll have a harder time. So I'll talk to you fine people later. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy my future videos. If you liked it, subscribe, that sort of deal, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone.